Hello everyone, and welcome to my first video in a new series of videos I'm starting called Games with Lex Ellis. Now this is alongside my other series, Fragrances with Lex Ellis, but a lot of people said to me, you should discuss some of your favourite games and talk about them, so I thought I'll give it a shot. Now since this is my first video, I'm going to start with an absolute classic. Everybody's heard of this, everybody's played it. It's Resident Evil for the Sony Playstation. And it came out in 1996 and it is regarded as the world's first survival horror game. Now admittedly there are similar games such as the original Alone in the Dark series, Lurking Horror, which is a text-based game, and Darkseid and other games. Darkseid roughly came out about the same time, 1995, when Resident Evil was in development, so close enough. But one reason I like this game was because I didn't experience it at the same time as everyone else. Most people played this, when they were kids. Me, I didn't play this until, I can't remember, it was a couple of years ago, and I was on holiday and I had my Nintendo DS and I seen Resident Evil Deadly Silence and I thought, oh, that looks awesome, I'll buy that. First experience ever playing a Resident Evil game, so I bought that and I was quite impressed. The one thing I thought was funny was a lot of people going on about the B-movie acting, the voice acting is like, I think the voice acting is very, very bad, right? It's terrible, but I think that adds to the charm. It's like a horror film, someone dies, oh no, what happened? And it's just like, it's like watching The Evil Dead. It's just so cheesy, and it's just, I think that adds to it. And they perfected, I think the voice acting in Resident Evil 2 was on, it was like Hollywood quality, it was on the ball. It wasn't anywhere near as bad as the first one, but I think it was good. But I think the first one, the whole, what are we going to do? I don't know, baby. I really liked that. I really put a smile on my face. But I enjoyed it most because I played it in my later years. I'm playing it as a kid, and I personally think Deadly Silence is probably the best version of Resident Evil out there, the best port. Never mind, your Nintendo and all. I think the PC version, the DS version is the absolute best because they've taken the original and like what was wrong with it and improved it. Now some people, if you grew up with the original and you think that's the die-hard Resident Evil game, you might not like Deadly Silence, but it was the exact same game, but for example, instead of it had wee puzzles they'd add in, they had classic mode and like Rebirth mode it was called, and it would have like first person, like Time Crisis, with a knife, and you would slash the touchscreen and have dogs or zombies, which was good, but it got kind of annoying after a bit. So I played it on that, and so you get the classic mode, play exactly like the PlayStation, but the one improvement was the knife didn't have to be in your inventory. If you held down the L button, the knife would come out, and you could also quick turn, which was a feature the video game didn't have. I really liked that, and people might not like that. Oh, it removes the whole awkwardness, like of the famous Resident Evil tank controls. If you want to turn around, it's like that. Forward again, like Tomb Raider. I didn't like Tomb Raider at first till I get used to it, but I think the tank controls gave it a bit of a charm. I had this. People think of tank controls, the first thing you think of is Resident Evil. You pick up the green herb. You pick up this. You can only hold 8 items. You have to run back and put them in the chest. It's that kind of added to it. I mean, the game is very short. There's something like 70 zombies, 74 I think, or 73, something like that, right? And the game, I completed it in 2.5 hours. I mean, you look about it. Most of the game is spent going back and forward. You go here, you need this. Pardon me again. Apologise. You have a special crank for this. You need to run back, get the crank. You go back there. Oh, there's a new monster appeared after you use that. You run back and get the key, or you've picked up this new key, and then the part that you cleared out before is now filled with another monster. And that, but I really liked it. Done a lot for me. I really liked the game. And yeah, I still found even playing it in the DS version when I was older, I still found it scary because I don't, if I'm honest, I don't find the modern horror scary. Like everyone goes, name a horror game, or Doom 3, Fear. I'll tell you why I don't find them scary. Doom 3 is quite a wee bit, the atmosphere is quite creepy, and then you get a gun, and it's just turns into an action game. There's guys shooting at you, the enemies, most of them look human, even the zombies, they're not bad, but I found the soldiers, they just look human. A good game, I loved Doom 3, but I just didn't find that scary after a while. Oh no, a jump scare, there's the 5th one this time, and with Fear, it's like, oh, it's so scary, yeah, I feel so helpless, and I feel so on my own, with my radio contact and my bloody nail gun with fucking grenades, pardon my language. You know, it just annoys me. People are like, oh my god, it's so scary. You want a scary game? Why don't you try? Never mind Amnesia. Amnesia's good. I'll go about that. I'll talk about it in another video, right? But I've got so much to say. You want a scary game to play? Play Black Plague. Penumbra Black Plague. No weapons, no nothing. You want to see an enemy? You're screwed. You have to run and hide. That's horror. Right? None of this nail gun with 500 ammo crap. Good game, fear, just not scary. But Resident Evil, that is, something of the music as well. I still to this day find the lab area, I find that terrifying. See the naked zombies? I find them terrifying. You go back in, they're back there, the noises they make and all, it's like, you know, what the fuck was that? The first time I played it, I was playing it in the dark, and it was one of the zombies was shooting at it, and I couldn't see it, like, you know the auto aim, you get the auto aim that aims at the enemy. I used that and it auto aimed in something. I heard the footsteps and I just shot, so I could, but this first time playing it I couldn't see what the zombies looked like, and I heard this horrifying high pitched scream, and it was a horrible noise. The sound effect was brilliant, it was really got me freaked out, but I was like, what the hell was that? And I looked and it was these naked zombies, and I was like, oh, shot them, not that bad, right? And then I came back out and they'd respawned, and I was like, what the hell is this? This really freaked me out. And just the way it done it, the fact was there was no sort of self-narration from the characters, like I'm trying to get a game like Alan Wake, really good game, but like you would click in something and he'd narrate it himself. He'd click in and he'd be like, oh, the door handle was rusted, I couldn't turn it, or something like that. But one hit Resident Evil was the fact it just came up with like the text. Like the one bit that really got me, a lot of people remember this, is when you go in and you find the diary of the guy, Scott or something, the gatekeeper's diary I think it is, and it's about him turning into a zombie, and at first it's like, oh, that guy was cheating at poker, what a scumbag, and it's perfect grammar, perfect everything. I'm not feeling very well, I'm feeling quite swollen, and this rotten flesh flunked off, and it just comes out of nowhere. I wasn't feeling well, and you turn the page and a lump of rotten flesh fell off me the other day. The words of Ron Burgundy, that escalated quickly, but he turned round, it's like all slurred, and seen Scott, ugly face, so killed him, and I'm just reading this and I'm like, this is fucking terrifying. Pardon my language, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've not had an experience like that again. I mean, I completed Resident Evil 2 on the emulator program that I've got in this a few days back, and I've never completed it before, and I've completed it with Claire, and it's good because it's save states. The only problem is Resident Evil is quite buggy. On the emulator it doesn't run very well, so you need to use save states. You have to effectively you have to cheat to sort of play it, so it's a bit of a pain. But in other words, as I say, in Resident Evil 1, yeah, the music, the soundtrack, when you're lab, it's like, you know, and it's just really got me. And then you go in, it's a save theme, and it's sort of safe but kind of creepy at the same time, and just a masterpiece of a game. And yeah, it's always been one of my favourites. It's just when you click in it, like the window, it is ominously dark outside, and you just, you know, you look at the window and it's like, and you wouldn't go out of the room and you wouldn't hear it, you wouldn't be able to see it, and you'd hear in the background that sort of wet, almost as if they've been walking in water, the zombies, that. But yeah, I find modern horror just doesn't get me. I find the more realistic the look, it just doesn't scare me. I still find the first Silent Hill terrifying, because if I look at a realistic game like Left 4 Dead, I look at the zombies, I don't find them scary, they look realistic, I go, right, that's a human with a bullet in his head. But when you look at Silent Hill, the graphics are that bad, it's just a mess, just a pixelated mess. Is that his ribs? Is that him ripped open? Is that a gash? Is that a wound? Or is that like his clothing? Is that a belt or a strap or something? And that just freaks me out, because your brain goes, I can't understand this, what is that? And it gets you hanging. But when you look at it, it's something you can relate to. Or that is a zombie, I know exactly what that is. You know what it is, you understand it, and the sort of fear level's gone. But I find older games, you look at it and you're like, what the hell is that? And I think the bad graphics can make it scary for me. I'm not gonna lie, like Penumbra and Amnesia, they're still fantastic, the good graphics, they scare me. But I still say I choose Resident Evil over them, just because it has it's the sort of thing you're playing it at 3 AM in your room yourself on a school day. Yeah, and you're sitting playing it, it's just nothing like that. It's just, it's not, games don't have that same feel. Like for example, Resident Evil 6 and 5, I played 5 and I thought, no way. I was really excited for it because I loved 4, and 4 was sort of when Resident Evil started to change. After 3 it was, but I can understand, because it would have died out. 3, it would have been enough. 3 was pretty much just an expansion of 2 in my opinion. I haven't played 3, I've only played bits of it, because again, like I said, it glitches on the emulator I use EPSXy, and it won't even load up. Resident Evil 2 randomly freezes, so I need to use save states. Yeah, apparently, like, you need to shoot sometimes in it. If I go to enter an area, it'll freeze and won't open. But apparently if I click something like the switch is broken comes up on the screen and I shoot my gun, it's like it activates the room. Apparently when you use an emulator, the game sort of forgets that the room's there and you need to do something, so the game goes, oh, you're in that room, I sure let you through. Because when you go through, the game's like, right, where's he going? I don't really know, so you need to sort of remind it. It's stupid, that's what I was told anyway. I was on some forum a while ago. But yeah, if you haven't played it, which is quite a small chance, do look it out. But the best version, the best version I was going to say is the DS version. But personally, I would go for the original one, the original Resident Evil, not a director's cut, because the director's cut's okay, but they changed the music and they changed a lot of things. So I find the director's cut's not got the same feel, because the soundtrack's just not the same. It's good, but it's not as good. So instead of being a 10 out of 10, it's an 8.5. But I would definitely check it out. You can get the emulator for free if you don't. So you don't have your PlayStation, still want to play it, get the emulator for free, and then just Google EPSXE. You'll need to get plugins like memory card plugins and Pete's GPU plugin. Just Google those guides, it'll help you with it. Get on YouTube and try and find a ROM for Resident Evil. Also take your order if you still get your disc and just stick it in disk drive, click one CD. But yeah, that was probably one of the best experiences. Really chilling, really creepy. It was like reading a book, just all the files and that. And really I loved it. Nothing else can sort of compare to it. I think I don't know I'll be able to recreate that again. You know, it's like it had its point. This was a good time. It's like the 80s. It's over now. You look back and that was amazing, but it's never going to come again. It's that good that you can't get yourself away with recreate something this good. But yeah, I know I keep saying how good it is and I keep repeating myself, but it's just a mind-blowing game. And I know a lot of people just start with the cinematic, the zombie, and it comes up and it looks at you. A lot of people find that scary. I didn't find it scary at all. The bit I did find scary was the zombie coming at you, because I believe, I can't remember, some difficulties if you're playing hard. Sorry, is it hard? Chris's difficulty? Yeah, sorry, Chris's, there we go, Chris. I don't think you have a gun, I think you have a knife. Can't remember. Yeah, it's a DS version. There's one of them you only have a knife and you find a pistol. I think it's Chris's scenario. But yeah, that one was absolutely scary. I'm like, I've got a knife. One knife, two knife, it's not dying. Three knife, oh shit, it's bit me. I was like, yeah. But that was my video on Resident Evil. And please leave your feedback in the comments. If you mentioned it, please tell me about your experiences in the comments. Like if I said the bit with the guy, you read about the guy turning into zombies scary and you think, you know, there's another bit you prefer, please tell me your favourite parts of the game, tell me what you liked about the game, tell me what you didn't like about the game, all sorts. And tell me about the video as well. If you liked this video, tell me if there's games, classic games you'd like me to suggest and play and talk about, please suggest them too. If you didn't think I covered enough of the game, mention that as well. And anything else, just leave your feedback in the comments. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching, and have a nice day.